people can see us. Hello, world.
People can see us.
Whoa.
Oh my. Welcome, friends. Welcome, everyone. I'm so happy to be here with all of you and your beautiful faces in hell, leading you on this charge to figure out what the fuck is going on. I'm your storyteller, Sage.
And I am Celeste Conowitch. I will be playing your tiefling wizard, Malady.
Hello, I'm JB Little, and I will be playing Lord Roland Belran Dan Cadriel, your war cleric of Kellamvor.
Heyo, I am Katie. I'm going to be playing Kaylee Bramblebarrel, your halfling monk.
Why, good evening, everybody. My name is Naseem, and I will be your dwarven fighter, Hieronius Dohart. Thank you very much.
Hey, I'm Paul Harpering, and I'm playing Calvin, your Fire Genasi artificer.
Before we continue, friends, tell me what happened last time.
Oh, God. So we started...
It's all one big toenail blur.
It's all just toenails and left feet. We started.
There was lots of potential crowbar science
Yes.
at the beginning of last game, some
Yes.
of which got
In the
shut
tomb.
down, unfortunately.
In the Tomb of the Hell Riders, where basically we started off. Basically, Malady had messed with some names on the thing, and she got zapped by necrotic energy. And then a chill ghost came out and was like, "Hey, man, are you trying to draw dicks on the tombs? Because that wouldn't be cool." And we were like, "No. Who are you? What's going on?" And he's like, "There's a bunch of dudes who live here." And we're like, "Where's your leader?" And he's like, "I don't know, but he has rooms here somewhere, but they're secret." And then we're like, "How can we help you?" And he's like, "Oh, there's a bunch of scrolls somewhere with our names on them. I don't know where they are." And we're like, "Awesome. Thanks, dude, for all the help." And then we looked around and we found the room with the books with the names, and then we exploded them. So we fixed that. And then we went back into the room, and then Calvin got out his super sweet toolkit, and everybody was doing chisels. Oh, and we found the secret room where this general guy we've been after lives, I guess. And we found his diary. So Malady read his diary, and everybody else did hard work. And then all of a sudden he walked in, and we're like, "Oh, wow, this is awkward. We're totally reading your diary." But then he was like, okay, yeah, I'll help you.
We were reading the diary?
We all collectively were reading the diary at the same time. So it's nobody's fault. It's everyone's fault. And then he was like, "Oh, yeah, I'll help you, get to the fortress so we can put an end to Zariel. But the thing is, she knows where I am all the time, so we need to make a distraction." And we're like, "Okay." And then he's like, "There's a demon in a pit." And we're like, "Okay." And he's like, "Why don't you free it? And then it'll hurt Zariel, and it'll be awesome, and then we can run away together." And we're like, "Oh, okay." So we went there. What was the name of the demon? I forget. Castici. How could I forget that? It just rolls off the tongue. Castici was chained at the bottom of this pit, and we did some cool sneaking, and we fought his dogs, and then we fought the devils who were guarding him, and then we let him go. And he sailed off into the sky to get his axe.
Yeah,
Zariel took
Hammer.
a shit. Zariel took a shit, and he was mad about it, so he's going to go get it. And I think that's what happened.
He was thirsting for his hammer that he kept shouting at all of
Yes, God, we get it.
you. We fucking get it, all right.
Yeah.
Yes, you all had set off to the location known as Kostici's Maw, and had done battle with a chained devil and 2 hellhounds, which you took care of quite easily. Took the keys off of the chain devil, as well as an additional trinket, one might say, that M now has.
Yes.
And so
I forgot about that. That's very good.
Ooh,
Did I put it on my sheet? I don't think I did. Put it on there.
Yes, it's this helm made out of infernal iron that covers over your eyes.
Yeah.
But once you attune to it, you will be able to see as though it were not sheltering your eyes.
Yeah. Don't look at me.
And I'm looking at you. Don't look at me, though.
Don't look at me. No.
Yes, and so you had all just taken care of them, freed Kostichi, who had used the Windwalk spell to immediately fly to Zariel's current flying fortress, with a very single-minded goal of looking for his hammer. And that was where we ended and are picking up. So you all are still inside of this chasm, which is walled by these two incredibly steep volcanoes, these kind of sheer cliffs, and you all have the approximately mile-long walk back up to your infernal war machine, where Lulu is allegedly waiting for you all.
Oh, yes. I hope she hasn't gotten into a van with a stranger.
You know.
The hell vans.
The hell
they
vans.
populate all of Avernus.
That's how people get around. Instead of taxis, it's just vans with men with candy.
Scooby-Doo vans in hell.
No! Unmarked white vans in hell.
It's really the go-to choice. And so as you all make the trek back up to your infernal war machine, you do indeed see Lulu sitting on the wrecking ball, just swinging around, having a gay old time.
Oh, God.
Oh, good. She's safe.
Thank God. Oh, you're still here. Wow, good.
Well, let's go back to Orlantheus and get some shit done.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's do it.
Yeah. Wait, was Olanthius the name of the was that where we're gonna meet the Death Knight?
Olanthius is the Death Knight.
Oh.
Yeah.
The city of Orlantheus.
Olanthius. Yeah, Olanthius.
My bad.
It does sound like a city though. No, Olanthius
Town of Cityville.
is the dude who's like, go free the demon and then I'll escort you to the bleeding citadel, or whatever other horrible name.
I'm with it. I'm with it now. Let's get on our motorbike, Appa, and head off.
Ribbit.
Everyone's okay with me behind the wheel. We're gonna sit quietly and make our way, okay?
And don't forget Roby.
I look at you through my helmet, but you can't see that I'm looking at you, but I am.
Erroneous, what happened to your voice?
It's very Arlesian.
I haven't smoked in a while. I'm getting a little antsy.
Oh, light up. I take up my map and I'm like, map, sir, let's get us back.
You get me. You're an angel. All right. He takes out a blunt.
Bad when he drives not under the influence.
I snatch the bee out of the air like before and lash it onto this whirling ball of destruction that I've mounted again. Ready when you are.
Well, and since you all have traveled, since you all have been to the Crypt of the Hellriders before, you won't have to roll to get back there. You know the location, so you can maneuver back safely. And so on your way back, you pass the herd of infernal hogs, the giant maw which had consumed something.
Okay.
Paul, I need you to mute your mic.
What's up?
I need you to mute your mic because I can't. So you all had seen the herd of infernal hogs, the giant maw which had consumed some of the kind of blubbery creatures on the surface of Avernus, the ribcage of an ancient leviathan, and past the lakes of fire, where suddenly you see a dust cloud and the roar of different hell machines who are coming up on your tail rapidly. And just as you push on the gas to try and get a lead out of them, suddenly they disappear and reappear immediately behind you. And crewing these war machines, you see this huge fiend with these large kind of swirly ram-like horns with this green skin that has tattooed these gold wavy geometric designs on it. That is who is driving a motorcycle, much like Calvin's,
Oh no.
but on a demon grinder similar to yours. You see a brigade of 8 Babely orcs who are shouting, "Guts, guts, 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 guts!"
Oh no, they're gonna
Ooh.
fuck us up.
We're done. Let's give up.
Oh
I-
my god. yes.
Wait, doesn't it require soul coin to use the pump? What is it, the water gun?
Not for the super soaker. There's just like a
Oh.
tank of water that you would have to refill. In order to make the actual infernal war machine go, requires a soul coin, a charge of a soul coin.
Ah.
And then you have the flasks of demonic ichor, which make it go faster.
They're behind us now.
Yep.
It's
I
time
say
for those
we
flasks
fucking-
right now.
Yeah.
Pump them with some water.
Who's manning that?
Okay, so
That's you, Herodias.
Yeah, I want to pump them.
keep saying that.
For the next hour, just
Yeah.
keep saying it. Just
Fine, soak them. Does that sound better?
No. Okay. Cool. I'm in
and
one of the gun chairs, right? Where else is everybody?
Yeah, one of
else? Yeah.
Yeah, so on the demon grinder there is like a 2-seat, like maybe like 2.5 seats, where you have the driver's seat, and next to it you have a seat where you could man the chompy and the super soaker if you want, and then on the left and right side are the harpoon flingers, and at the back is the wrecking ball.
Mhm.
And then I'm gonna send you all some stats so you can see what the stuff is. There we go. And yes, and so immediately green fiendish figure that M recognizes as a peculiar looking maybe horn devil, not having wings. It yells out to you, "We'll leave you alone for the price of 10 soul coins."
Oh.
I look around to gauge everyone's reaction.
Kaylee smiles back at you and she reaches out and puts her hand on the chomper lever.
And it's just like, no. But I'm in my gun chair, so I'm like, no.
Chomp! Chomp! Chomp!
Chomp them.
We extend to you the same courtesy.
Aha.
soul coins or we'll fuck you up.
Yeah.
And with that, we'll roll some initiative.
Yay!
Yay.
What? They weren't intimidated by that? Oh, hell yeah. I'm here for this.
Buddy.
You got a 15 for Calvin.
I got an 18.
Whoa! Natural 20 on an initiative. That's
Holy
useless.
shit.
Wow. Okay. So a 23 for M.
I got a
Calvin, you
dirty
said 15?
20.
20 for hero. Calvin, you said you got a 15?
Correct.
And then Kaylee got a 17?
18.
18. There we go. And Roland,
4.
reliable Roland.
Oh, faithful.
It's like I always go last, but then I end up murdering everything. So maybe it comes out in the end.
All right, and so to give you all kind of a breakdown of how this works, so you all will still act on your turns. For each of you that are manning stations, so if like Kaylee, you want to be in charge of the chomper that's in front, there is an action to use that. Otherwise, you can get out of the station and use your actions as normal. And then if you want to use one of the weapon stations, you can choose either to try and target one of the creatures that's on the opposing war machine, or to try and hit the war machine itself. And then for the people who are driving, you'll have to use your action to continue to drive it. If you don't, it'll just keep going in a straight line and at the same velocity that you're going, unless you like slow down or maneuver or anything like that. For Hero and Calvin, are you all proficient with any kind of vehicle?
I don't think so.
You're a
Calvin's
sailor,
got this.
so maybe.
thought-
I'm a sailor.
Well, look on your proficiencies on your D&D Beyond character sheet.
I thought that all fighters had proficiency in land vehicles.
No, it's an option you can take.
Question: does our bless apply to us using the weapons on the war machine?
Yeah, okay. Because we aim in that.
Yes.
Yeah, we're fighting with our hearts, so we can.
Against the forces of darkness.
Ah!
I don't know. They're pretty Beyblade. They might be okay, but we want to keep these soul coins.
For those of you who don't know, these people screaming guts were us, the characters we played at the D&D live event when we went into Avernus. So we're fighting ourselves. So it's extremely meta.
This pit fiend was supposed to have an accompaniment of hobgoblins, and I was like, no. This is better. All right then. Well then, dear M, you are up first.
God damn it. Okay, I think so. M's looking back. So it's just one machine following us, right?
There is the big demon grinder that's similar to yours, except
yes.
it doesn't have the super soaker. And there is another little motorcycle.
Okay, I guess I'll take a shot at the guy on the motorcycle, because hopefully that'll just fix that situation. Okay, woo! Harpoon flingers. Okay, so 10 harpoons per station, plus 5 to hit with my bless. Okay. Alright, so that is going to be 16 to hit.
Ooh, it doesn't quite make it.
No!
As your harpoon just kind of flies right off to the left of it and sticks into a pit of sand.
Yeah, I don't think M has ever done anything like this in her whole life. So she's just trying to get this thing, and she's like, bah! She's freaking out. That's me.
And then Hero.
Oh, I'm going to pump them up. How do I use that thing?
So for the so you'll use an action to use the super soaker, and then you'll take aim. Oh my god, where is it? Oh, I didn't find the document. I am a fool. So the stick sprayer. This flexible hose is connected to a tank that holds 30 gallons of water from the river Styx. Each use of it depletes 10 gallons of water. So it is a +5 to hit with a range of 30 feet. And if you hit them and they are struck by the water, it is if they have been affected by the Feeble Mind spell. With the DC save of 20.
Oh wow. So what would I be rolling then with the +5? Just a 20?
Yeah, roll a d20 for your ranged spell
This is
attack.
when I need my actual dice. Let's use these guys. Ooh, 20. 17 plus 5. 22.
22. And who would you like to target? There's the horny dude on the motorcycle, or there
Horny dude. We're saving the babes for last. I'm trying to impress them first.
Nice. Very cool. So you definitely hit. He will make, and then let me pull up Feeble Mind.
He dumb now.
I forget what kind of save it is. Probably intelligence.
I don't remember offhand.
Yes. All right, DC 20. Ooh, it's a lot. Ooh, he does make it. He seems to wipe off this water with ease and spits them back at you.
Gross.
Ooh. Well, he's still got the blunt in his mouth and he's just like staring him down. Can I maneuver my war machine as a final action or no?
So you can use a bonus action to dash, and you can steer and maneuver it.
Where is he located exactly? You said they're behind us, but like how far behind?
So they're about 20 feet behind, closing in, and like just off a little bit to the left of you. So they're like,
because I'm feeling like I want to pull, the action sequence thing where you go hard break and I want him to slam into us.
Ooh.
that's a choice you can make.
That's what I'm feeling.
What an answer. That's a choice you can make.
Well, clearly they're in a good position being behind us. Either they go in front of us and then we get their rear view, or they slam into me. I'm gonna do it. Fuck it. I'm gonna hard slam on the brakes.
All right, so they are going to try and use their reaction to dodge out of the way, and let's see if they do it. They do not do it. So they're 20 feet behind you. So you're, oh, Jesus Christ. What was that? Oh, it's my phone. So it is going to be, let's see, 2d6 of damage.
Nice.
And they're going to have to, every single one of you, except for Calvin, since he's on his motorcycle, are going to have to make a strength saving throw to hold on as this thing jolts and lurches and grinds to a stop.
Strength, huh?
Hold on, everyone.
You say after.
Oh shit!
Hold on to your butts.
Oh,
I got a
no.
10.
You put on your seatbelts.
Oh,
That's strong.
Well, I rolled a 5 for the 2d6s.
I got a natural 20, which is awesome because that's the only way I was
Wow.
surviving this.
Are
Jeez.
those the Joe dice?
No, this is my OG favorite dice. My first dice set I ever
Lavender.
bought 10 years ago. 15 years ago? I'm old.
25 years ago.
Yep.
All right, so for everyone who got below 15, you are thrown off of this war machine.
Well, we're
Kaylee-
stopped. We parked.
Yeah.
So Kaylee just
parked.
flies off into the toenail hell.
I wanted to jump. She flies through the air.
Oh my god.
Kaylee, what do you land in?
I
Land on the horny man.
That would be great if I landed on his shoulders, like a routine. If I can't do that, then I guess I'm gonna just tumble into a pile of toenails because that's what life is now.
It's true. Yeah, horny man, he was able to juke out of the way, out of your maneuver, kind of anticipating that you would do that. About half of the crew of babes flies off into the sand with you, Kaylee, and they grab their axes and javelins and they're
shit.
scrambling around through, ready to fight.
Oh God,
Shit.
here I go again.
And you see the other demon grinder is still roaring forward, but is now pulling at you as it throws up this spray of toenails and is heading right towards you all.
Good God.
Calvin, you you could have dodged out of the way out of Heronius's maneuver. What would you like to do?
Okay, so yeah, we're going along. They come up on the left side, and Calvin's off to just the right of our vehicle. The crash happens, and Kaylee gets thrown off, and the other thing is, spinning around. So Calvin is gonna point his bike towards where Kaylee is, and then I'd like to cast Grease on the rapidly wheeling enemy vehicle. Gonna use that spell, and it's gonna be great. So it's gonna have to make a dexterity saving throw.
I just want to say thank you so much, Tough the Hermit. Oh my gosh, for giving all these subs. You're awesome.
Sub, I dare you,
thank
coward.
you so much.
Thank you. Wow.
So that is a 14.
Oh, that's a fail. So, I mean, it says they're knocked prone if they fail. So, does it like flip over? Yeah, it like spins out and like flips, or
Yeah, so as you reach out and you cast Grease, and all of a sudden this sheen of black oil appears underneath this demon grinder. And as one of the orc women is, you see her put her pedal to the metal, and you see fire just shoot up from the furnace out of the back, and it just whoosh, and rears up and flips back and topples on top of them. And you see it is just totally flipped over.
Oh, snap.
Sweet. Okay. And then so bike speeding past Kaylee, and I'd like to use my bonus action to have Appa scoop up Kaylee by like the back of her and like pick her up onto the motorcycle with us.
Nice.
Yeah, totally.
That
And so,
cool?
Kaylee,
Yeah.
Kaylee, you're scooped up.
Scooped.
Accept the scoop. Later, suckers.
And that's all for Calvin.
Let's see here. All right. So then this crew of orcs, they're all smashed underneath it, and they're scrambling to get out, and they just barely manage to be able to get out. You see that the furnace on the back, you hear a cracking and then a clanking and like the pinging of metal inside of pistons, as suddenly you see fire juts out of the bottom of the engine and lights on fire. And you see this horn devil face palms
Oh, God.
and embarrassment and begins to ride off in the opposite direction.
Hell yeah.
They just give up?
Yeah, it's like, well,
Can't mess with us. Come on.
That's right.
Yeah.
We obnoxious as hell.
Now give us
our coins,
yeah, give
coward!
us the coins and we'll leave you alone.
and you see he just sticks up a middle finger as he is zooming off into the distance, and the orc women are looking at him like raising their arms like, what the fuck, man?
Bro.
It's all right, babes. You could like hang with us if you
We could
looking
use
for
some
a place to
muscle.
go.
Yeah.
Yeah, we protect each other, you know.
That's right, Heronius. Romance them in the slow burn of their vehicle. That's all it takes is a little moon
It's-
lighting.
Yeah, it's really, really romantic lighting. It really just accentuates the reddish warm glow that emits from the sky continually.
Everything's what you make of it.
Yeah, and so you see these couple of women who had gotten tossed out of the vehicle initially, as after Heronius had struck them. They're all just looking around. They're trying to pick up their bags and then their weapons, and they kind of just like clack their bottom teeth to their top teeth and like a clicks of frustration, and they just look at each other and they're like, "Well, do you have anything to trade, Or I mean, like, what are you all doing here? Apparently our ride just left and the other one exploded, so we're looking for work now, I guess.
I spent so long getting all these D8s together. Okay, let's just throw those in the trash. It's cool.
I had my chomp pre-rolled and it was good.
Let's see. Do we have
It's okay.
anything to offer?
Do they like to get high?
We have a bunch of blunts.
I got a
Come
lot
on
of
to the
weed.
blunt mobile.
Yeah.
So Calvin probably like spins back around at some point and then is like mean wheeling down on the scene, thinking it's all still intense, and then just kind of slowly but like peters out as he realizes, oh, epic battle's already done. Okay. Hi, I'm Calvin. He pulls his
Haley.
goggles up.
I mean, we have a guy who's pretty good at fixing stuff, so maybe, I don't know, if you worked for us, like in exchange, we could fix your ride if we like tow it.
And one of them, she has like shaved sides and tossed over bangs, and she's wearing like basically like a bandeau made out of some weird demon flesh.
Yes.
And she says, I mean, horny boy over there had most of our coins, so, but I mean, we got a few. If you can fix our vehicle, I mean, we'll happily give you a few soul coins. But yes, I would love something to smoke.
Hell yeah. All right. So he starts passing out. He gives each of them. How many are there?
There are 8 of them.
Ooh, okay. Hold on. Some math. I need to make sure I got enough left over for me.
You only had 125.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, has
Well,
the
actually, I have
stash gotten that
121
low?
from what I've smoked.
Oh.
Just burning through. Kaylee kind of looks over Calvin. She's like, I know you're good at fixing shit, but that's really, really on fire. Like, really? Can you fix that?
Yeah, I don't know. And it's upside down, and it's not like I've got a bunch of spare parts out here. I mean, maybe if we towed it back to Mad Maggie's,
We're
but
not going back there.
I didn't think so.
Let's take payment up front.
I start handing out 3 blunts to each of the babes. I'm so sorry for all this inconvenience. You know, I was really hoping to get your friend, but collisions happen. I've seen them do it in the movies. I thought it would be cool.
What's a movie?
It was totally cool.
In the puppet show.
The puppet shows.
In the moving puppets.
And so one of them, they all thank you profusely. And they're like, so, yeah, I mean, we're all here, but you look like a bunch of normies. And they kind of shrug, like, what gives?
Well, we're helping out some other normies get out of here.
Yeah, see that? Can we see, like, pointing, Calvin points up at the city that's being dragged down into hell? I presume that's visible. Yeah, we're trying to get that back up on the surface.
Hey
You
guys,
know,
can we have a quick, like, little thing? I think I'm gonna whisper to everyone while you're just fucking talking to these, like, people in hell.
Yeah, sure. Oh, yeah.
Okay,
Be right back.
Yeah. Okay, maybe it's not the best idea to tell people who live in hell what we're doing. Especially since we're trying to do it secret before Zariel notices. Just a thought. We don't know who they work for.
I thought they worked for the horny guy on the bike.
Well, then who does the horny guy on the bike work for? All the devils work for somebody else.
I don't know. Maybe he doesn't work for anyone. He really wasn't on a serious mission there. Like he just took off and ditched everybody. He didn't even try. It was pathetic.
My point, Calvin, is that we just don't know. So maybe not telling every stranger we meet in hell what our plans are might be a good idea.
Okay. So we aren't. He turns around. We're not trying to get that back up to the surface. We're here to take in the lovely
Calvin, no.
toenail scene. Okay. I'm going to go see what I can do to their truck.
Okay.
He'll wander off towards the flaming wreck. Kind of kick at it.
Yeah.
Maybe Roland just gives them sandwiches and we take their coins.
Yeah, sorry, ladies, but that's not really any of your business, so.
They all kind of shrug, and you see, they're like, I mean, you know, everyone comes here for some kind of reason, and, you know, well, whatever it is, good luck. And 4 of them go over to you, Calvin, and they pick up buckets and they start throwing the toenails on top of the fire to tamp it out. And you see that
This is the worst bucket brigade ever. Ugh.
Every time.
And the 4 of them, they take the sides of the vehicle and they, with a one big hooah, swish it over back onto on upright.
Damn, that's impressive.
You're muted.
Damn, that's impressive. Yeah. Calvin is incredibly surprised and a little turned on.
What are these feelings, Calvin?
Whoa. And he'll run or he'll hop in and head back down to the engine compartment. Actually, no, he'd look at the bottom of the undercarriage of the truck first. Are there broken axles? Are there, what's the damage?
Yeah, and one of them will come over and they will offer you like a torque wrench and a hammer and all these kind of tools to help you out.
No thanks, I've got my own. Yeah, but sweet. I got a 20 on an investigation roll.
Yeah. There we go. And yeah, so you can see stupid mute button. So you can see that the pistons have shot through, and so it's gonna take some time to hammer them back on and to reform the cylinder. But you think with your smith's tools that you would be able to do it.
How much time are we talking about here?
About 2 hours for some serious engine repair.
All right.
We do have a demon on the loose.
Yeah, well, Calvin will go back. Yeah, we're kind of on a time crunch right now. Because the demon we freed is supposed to be the distraction. So we gotta get where we're going.
Probably jam.
I mean,
yeah, so Calvin
some of us use a short break though. A short rest.
I mean, maybe we can we drag him back to
the
crypt of the
Hell
Riders? Yeah, we could give him a tow there at least.
Yeah, that place is empty now. So,
That's true. It could be, we're giving him a new hideout.
Yeah.
That's nice of us.
We cleaned out this crypt for you. Here you go.
Always something of a man of action. Roland is going to very carefully, very gingerly whirl around this destructive wrecking ball and smash it into the least important part of their machine until it is lodged inside and connected to our machine. All right, let's go.
Very inventive, Lord Roland.
Melody said we had places to be. Hurry the fuck up and climb inside or walk.
Since when does he listen to me?
Today.
Fuck. All
Your
right.
carriage awaits, ladies.
And then he
And
holds
Calvin
a hand
hops
down
back
off
on
the
his
side
bike.
to help people up into the machine.
Oh, you're muted, I think.
And they all kind of look at you with their arms raised, like, what the? And like narrowing, like just pissed off gazes at you. But they hop in and they're just kind of like sitting with their arms crossed, like,
I put
Fine,
my
let's
hands on
go.
my hips and say,
Is anyone hungry? Thirsty? Anything I can get you for this departure we're about to undertake?
Flight
Thanks.
attendant rolling.
we're good.
They're probably gonna want snacks after they
Chances
start
are
smoking
you're-
those blunts.
You're going to want
Yeah.
a snack in about a moment, if I know Hieronymus at all, so...
he'll rub his hands together and then hold out his holy symbol and whisper a quiet prayer and cast create food and water. And he creates enough food and clean drinking water for 8 people, as he is wont
Wow.
to do.
Please help yourselves while we drag your piece of shit ruined machine across this hellscape of toenails. We'll get you fixed up in a jiffy in a few hours.
You see one of them puts their blunt behind their ear, and they take a sandwich and a bag of chips, and are like, huh, well, I mean, we've met the worst things in hell.
Sandwich and a bag of chips. Okay.
I hope there's sun chips. Maybe there's an
What are the-
apple too.
What are
They're
the
hard
chips
to
of
extra.
Celeborn?
They're extra flamin' hot Cheetos.
Oh shit!
All
That's
they have in hell.
that's
Look, it's
Naseem brand.
flavorless but nutritious food. So imagine there are some chips and like
Some chips.
flaming hot cheat wows and that sort of thing. The sandwiches are like bread and bread with mayo in the middle,
Oh,
but you know
God.
it'll keep you going, sort of thing.
Thank you,
Oh.
God.
It's ramen without the flavor packet.
No, just dry
Oh.
ramen.
Well, I'm gonna get back into our vehicle, and take out my map and be like, "All right, let's go. We got a schedule."
Roland will hunch down and kind of whisper at Kaylee and say,
If they begin to make any strange moves, I think it's okay to kill them.
and he gently pats her opposite shoulder.
And says, all right, I'm getting back in the wrecking ball to make sure we tow this piece of shit adequately behind us.
On the ride back, Calvin will have Roby start to work on their vehicle in whatever capacity it can, cast mend through it, and so forth. Maybe patch up some pistons or repair the parts around where the wrecking ball is lodged into it. That'll just buff out. It'll be fine.
Yeah, and you get through most of like the superficial wear and tear and like some other of the destruction that you can reach in hand with your mending spell, and they are very grateful. One of them, she's wearing this like purple leather jacket that's like cropped and gray leather pants, and she'll sit there and she'll talk shop with you, and she'll be like, oh, you know, how did you get into fixing stuff? And you know, my pop used to show me, and you know, we'll talk shop with you.
Is she gonna ride on the bike with Calvin?
Muted.
You're muted.
She gonna ride on the bike with Calvin, or
Sorry, I didn't hear that you were on the bike and casting mending.
yeah, he's casting mending through his Roby,
Oh, right.
since that's like hanging. It's gonna crawl down the line, the wrecking ball, and then start crawling across their truck.
She
to
could
fix
just be
it up.
hanging off the side
Yeah.
and like talking
Yeah.
to Calvin.
Yeah.
That'd be
Yeah,
pretty
it'll work.
sweet, actually.
Yeah.
Cute.
Oh my God,
Mhm,
they're in
mhm.
love. I love it.
Romance.
Yeah,
I love it.
Calvin like forgets to check in front of him every now and again, like swerves around a rock or something. No, it's
Cactus!
got to be something horrible, some like the skeleton of some hell pig or whatever. Whoa!
God.
Yeah, I just learned how to do that yesterday. It's all good though. Been fixing stuff for a while.
And now he sounds like a SoCal guy. Okay, cool.
It's what confidence does to a man.
That's all good, man. It's all cool.
Oh,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah, no worries. Ha.
So how long you been in hell?
What brought you down here?
So pitted.
What were you trying to save?
Oh god.
Oh, beautiful. So you all can head back to the Crypt of the Hell Riders, where sure enough you see Alanthia's black chariot being pulled by Gorgons in front of it, and he steps outside.
Weird flex. Okay.
You saw it when you left.
Oh, shit.
And so
It's still weird.
and so he steps outside of the crypt when he hears the roar of engines pulling up and stopping. And he says to you, "Oh, well, I saw Kostichi and I'm glad to see that you all are intact. Very good."
He was pretty single-minded, like you said.
Mhm.
Yes. Being a sort of kind of demigod for evil giants, his power is stored within his hammer. So
Okay, well, we should probably move quickly then, in case that doesn't work out for him.
yes, I quite agree. And he will step into his chariot and he opens the door to welcome the rest of you inside as well, if any of you would like to sit with him.
Yes. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, how are we gonna get it there? Otherwise, I mean, do you think our bike will? Is there room for everybody in this?
Yeah, do we all fit?
Yeah, there's room for about 10 people on the inside of this chariot.
Oh, if any
It's a
of
big
you guys
chariot.
would like to, come along for the ride and lend a hand,
It's more of an LA apartment than a chariot. It's just
Truly.
pulled from
Carriage.
hell. It looks like a
Oh.
carriage and chariot.
Carriage, that's what I meant to say.
Kaylee's about halfway in, and then she looks at her map in her pocket, and she's like, "I better go with Heronius." And goes back into the war machine. I'm staying with you, hero.
Oh, if we can all fit in there, I'll fucking go into the chariot. Yeah, let someone else do the driving for a change.
I don't know how to drive.
So he's a death knight, so he's not a devil. So Malady, I think, will probably get in the chariot, but she does not look happy about it. And she waits for other people to get in first before looking at it. And then she looks at the Gorgons very suspiciously. And just the whole thing. Doesn't like any of
Yep.
this.
It's very much like the way cows do. They paw the ground with their hooves and they sniff at it and they just eat shit. Eat random things on the ground.
Toenails and such.
Mm-hmm.
Well, does anyone object to all of us going in together? If anyone thinks it's wiser to have two rides, then sure, I'll keep driving this guy.
I don't think we should leave our super soaker behind. That's pretty fucking useful.
Well, I can switch over. I mean, Appa won't be as cute in the passenger seat, but it'll still work.
Drag the bike up into the passenger seat of the hell engine and keep Appa in the sidecar.
Yes, I would like to do that. I would like to, turn this into some 80s mask toy where the bike drives up and hides inside the demon grinder, and anyway. But maybe not.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just worried about okay, I'm gonna ask Alanthius, how fast does this travel? Could the bike keep up? Is this a noticeable thing? Should we not take I don't know, you're the expert here.
Yeah, what's the road like on the way there? What are we expecting when we get there?
Oh, there are no roads. Here in hell, as you might have noticed when you're heading towards the Maw, This can travel exceedingly fast. I can go at a pace that your war machines could keep pace with, but that might garner more attention, seeing as you would be traveling with me, and that would definitely catch suspicion of others.
Is there any way you could give us a ride back when we're done in the Weeping Citadel? Like you could pick us up or something? Is that an option? I don't.
I'm sure we can find transportation, even if he can't.
Yes, if you all are successful with your quest in the Bleeding Citadel, you need only speak my name, and he offers out with his yellowy waxy hand a small kind of ingot of onyx looking stone with infernal runes carved on it.
I take it before anybody else can. Thanks.
Well,
In that
guess
case, yeah.
let's go, because that way too we can use less soul coins. It seems like the morally correct thing to do.
Yes.
Yeah, that sounds good. Calvin will, kind of lift Appa up into the carriage.
I will take the remaining soul coins that were in that hell machine, just in case we need to barter or anything like that, and also to release them at the end of all this if we have any left. So I'll
And
take the
we,
rest,
We have
however
any
many there
when
are.
we have them all left.
And we put on one of those little lock things
Yeah, we
so
put
that
on
it
the
can't be stolen.
The lock.
We let all the air out of one of the tires.
Oh,
so that
Calvin,
no one
can you
steals it.
take like I don't know, like a part, and I don't know, because I look at the girls like because they don't have a red, so I'm like, can you take like the shifter rated part engine bit and just take it
Which
out of there
part?
so the whatever the
Break our shit so it can't be stolen, Calvin. Come on.
Yeah, I got it. I just wanted to see what M came up with. Okay.
glare at you.
And Calvin will go. Let's see. I was gonna say he's gonna try and pull out like fuses from under the dashboard, but I don't know if an infernal war machine has those.
You can say that there are. That's
Okay,
fine.
yeah.
I get the idea.
He does that, and he so he pulls those, the hell equivalent, like the electronic bit, and he'll do the same thing to the bike. Pull spark plugs or ignition coils or something out of that one.
Yeah, they're the fuel lines that lead from the furnace up to the engine. So you can like rip out some of those so that even if you did get it to turn on, it's not going to go very far. Very cool. So you all are on your way in Elanthius's carriage, and you see as the landscape of Avernus begins to blur by as you are going at a breakneck speed over this hellscape.
Oh, I puke. I puke in my mouth and I swallow it because that's the kind of person Melody is.
So considerate.
I have something that'll help with that,
No, I am huddled like a miserable mass on the floor against the back wall. I'm like, no, leave me alone.
Yeah, it's disorienting being able to look out the windows because it doesn't actually feel like you're moving at all. It feels as if you're stationary, which might just make it worse.
It does. It does.
And so passing along to the Bleeding Citadel, the first thing you notice is you see these two large obelisks are pointing towards a glowing, radiant sort of orb of light. And encased inside of this orb of light, you see a unicorn
Floating in
trapped
a ball?
inside.
In hell?
Yes.
Like the ball is floating up in the air and there's a fucking unicorn like floating around.
Yeah,
the
there are
air?
these two like obelisks that are pointing together, and between the 2 points is an orb of light containing a unicorn.
Everyone else sees that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's the coolest thing I've seen down here. That might beat the motorcycle.
Alanthi. Leontheus, can someone ask him what that is?
What is happening? Why?
I've got Lulu in my lap, just like flopping her ears around.
Maybe we should save the unicorn too.
I miss.
I fucking love to ride with a unicorn, yes.
And Alanthe says, yes, that is known as the demon zapper. You see, when the demons see the unicorn, they go and they try and grab it, but they're idiots. And so the orb of light shoots out lightning and radiance at them, and it zaps them.
We truly are in hell that they made a demon zapper.
That's hilarious.
So
what is it guarding? Why does it need to zap the demons?
Oh, it's just when the legions of chaos inevitably roll in on Avernus, and it's just one of the many security features that we have to protect against demons.
Is it
the kind of size?
Is it actually a unicorn in there?
It is a real unicorn, yes. I believe her name is Mooncolor.
Unicorn is real. Yes, only real unicorn will work.
I don't.
We spared no expense.
Oh, well, did they decide that they wanted to be in there, or did they just
Obviously
throw them in
fucking
there?
not.
I doubt that very much. I don't think she wants to be in there, quite frankly.
This is the worst thing I've seen since we got here.
Would you all like to stop?
Yeah, I'm down to try.
Do we all
save
sigh at the same
too.
moment? Yes.
No, we have to do this first before.
But let me take a moment and look at that poor unicorn.
A unicorn tear
But
rolls down its
someone-
cheek.
Someone's
But
gonna
if the-
note it.
If the unicorn's been here forever, we can just come back after our time crunch.
Yes, we need to get in there unnoticed, get the fucking sword, and when we have the fucking sword, we can free hell or whatever the fuck.
Oh my god, could you imagine
What if
riding
we
out of hell with
died
a sword
there?
on the back of a unicorn?
That would be the most badass thing.
Whatever.
I
sure.
want that for myself. Okay, let's come back. I'm sorry, sir, madam, whatever. I will be back
Madam.
for you.
Hmm.
Please just don't talk to me because I'm gonna get out of this fucking chariot. I swear.
It's okay, Madam Mooncolor. Suffer silently in your tiny prison while we go and see to other matters. We'll return totally. We'll know exactly where you are.
I'm like touching the glass or whatever.
I'm sure nothing will sidetrack us. It hasn't thus far.
I love you. I'm sorry.
Oh my god.
Well, continuing on then, I
Can we
suppose.
just go?
Oh, you're so chill. Okay, we'll be back. Don't worry.
Lord Roland will remember this. Appears at the top of the screen.
What was her name again?
Mooncolor.
Madam Mooncolor.
Madam Mooncolor. That's all capitals.
Need
in my notes.
the fucking sword before Zariel notices and skins us alive!
Let's
And
go.
the unicorn!
Okay,
Some
I'm going.
other things you spot along. The next kind of major monument you see along the way is the sword and the helmet of something that could only be described as a titan, which are kind of lodged into the ground. And you see that in the middle of the sword, in the middle, like the handle, there is this bright red, glowing, kind of carnelian-looking gem. And do you all keep going?
Yes.
Roland again
Yeah.
has his hand
Yeah,
lovingly on the
guess.
glass, both of them. With
If we're
Lulu
not-
pressed up uncomfortably against the
If
glass.
we're not stopping for
Mhm.
fucking unicorn,
Calvin
we're not
and
stopping for
Appa
treasure.
are looking at the other windows.
This could
Oh.
actually help us.
Like, as they go by,
I highly doubt it.
I bet I could wield it.
he says,
I
The
like
Titanic
you.
sword.
You don't know
Clearly-
it can shrink.
Clearly, we aren't taking votes on shit anyway. It's just go to the fucking sword. Hero is just now like avoiding all the windows. Like, well, it's cool outside, but I guess we're eye on the prize here. Little Miss Teen Princess Queen here needs to get this damn
Melody-
Roland
sword.
and Hero are anime style, barely drawn but huddled together. Like, okay, fine, with the little lines that mean they're depressed.
Melody is
Yeah.
curled
They're
up
just
on
like-
the floor, like she's like almost bone white at this point, just looking at you like I don't fucking have any time for this.
We'll come back for you, perfect sword and helm that can save the day.
It's giant. You can't wear that.
You don't know that.
Oh,
He's giant.
not that giant.
Calvin looking through
Roland
the
will
other
remember
window.
this.
Calvin looking through the other window, you spot this disgusting, vile creature that is a mass of green, gibbering mouths that are lashed together with chains and dripping this kind of ichor onto the ground. And you see that there is a scaffolding leading to the top of it where you see a couple of imps who appear to be torturing this creature and siphoning the ichor off of it.
Can we trade windows? I don't like mine.
Melody, go get more imps. Make them stop,
What? No.
please.
I hate
Please.
them. I hate the ones I have. Why would I do that?
Please. Please.
But you got
We've just gotta go! God damn it! Aren't
What's
we
that?
there yet? Isn't this the fastest fucking chariot in all of hell or some shit?
Petition to stop because someone's actually really getting hurt.
Oh, the unicorn wasn't being hurt. Fuck
No,
off.
she seemed fine.
Wait, the oozing mouth creature you want to help?
Yeah.
It's clearly some kind of
Uh.
demon. No.
we already set one demon free. We could do another one. Maybe it would be twice the distraction.
No. We've gotta
There are
go.
there are
Huh?
lots of people. Yeah, if we're not stopping for a unicorn and a
If we're not
big-ass
stopping for a
jeweled
unicorn.
thing, I'm not stopping for a
Yeah.
chained mouth monster.
Yeah. All right.
Mouth
yeah.
Hell
okay.
monster.
Calvin.
Yeah.
Calvin, crack the window and get a pot shot on one of the imps.
No.
I won't do that.
Oh my god.
Uh,
How fast are we moving? Are we gone yet? By the end of this conversation. Come on.
you are moving like 300 feet per turn, essentially.
Neat.
The next thing you notice is a flying fortress that looks very similar to the one that you have seen floating around Avernus, except this one has been wrecked and collided and is sort of like on the banks of the river Styx. And actually, M,
Mhm.
as you're rolling your eyes over out the window, you notice a very familiar form of a black-winged fiend. A form that you recognize from your childhood as the leader of the cult that your parents bought into.
Oh shit. She's floating around this fortress.
Yeah, you see that she's picking through the remains of this fortress, which looks like as it sustained a huge crash and battle. As she is kind of picking through up into what is probably the central command of this ship.
Is it just her, or are there other demons around? Devils around?
You just see her.
Oh no. Okay. Shit. I'm like, Olynthius, stop! Wait, stop! Just stop!
Oh, now we stop.
What the hell? What for?
The fuck?
Why?
Okay.
What's outside now?
What do you see?
That
Is it two unicorns?
I'm gonna point I'm gonna point at the devil. I'm like, okay, listen.
Mm-hmm.
I need to go and kill that creature. And I know this is very hypocritical considering what we just went through, but there are a lot of us and only one of her. So if you want to help me out with this, fine. Otherwise, I'll just get off and do this by myself, because honestly, this is the whole reason I'm here.
You knew it would help. The Sword of Zariel.
But
And then he laughs. He laughs and starts opening the door.
Yeah, she's
to
here
climb
and
out.
she's alone, and there's and we'll never get a chance. Like
He is
this, like,
obviously
and it's-
fucking with you and
oh
already
yeah,
out
Melody
of the
does
carriage.
not like. Yeah, she's like, no, I.
Come on, nerds.
Fine, but next time I want to do something, we're doing it. Just hop out.
Amen. No more passing weapons or unicorns. We all get one. Right now.
Wait, before we go and do this thing you just demand that we stop for, you should tell us why you have to kill this thing.
She has my soul,
Fuck.
and I need it back.
Yo, let's fucking go then.
Yeah, Roland, like, when Heronius asks, kind of looks off into the distance, like, uncomfortably. Because he already heard in their last argument conversation
Yeah,
about why Malady is here.
I think Melody just takes a second and then looks at you, Heronius, with big ol' fucking watery eyes, and is like, "That's it. There she is."
Let's
Well,
go.
okay. Thank you.
But
And then I'll join.
you're not gonna leave us once you get that back, right?
Let's go. I'm gonna walk towards this creature.
And as you all hop out of the carriage, Alanthe says, I will wait here. If that is who I think it is, it would be best if she did not see me. I will be waiting not too far from here, obscured.
Thanks.
Well, any advice before we take on this thing? Any words of wisdom you think we should know?
I mean, she is the Zariel's captain of the Infernal Guard. She is a powerful woman. She is certainly not to be trifled with, but you all seem very capable. But there are dangerous things that are probably lurking around in that wreckage. Just be on your toes.
All right, then. Good to know. Thank you. Let's do this. And he swings his mace over his shoulder, turns on those lights. I'm ready to fucking party.
Did we get a rest before we start this?
It has not been even 8 hours, so Malady still has Death Ward. I am running out of slots, but I'm going to cast a 3rd level aid as the party is grouping up to go into this. So everyone regains 10 hit points, and your hit point maximums are increased by 10
Thank you.
for 8 hours. So until we finish our next long rest.
Good sign, guys. I have 69 hit points.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
Oh boy. Melody is so quiet.
All right. And as you all step forward, freshly aided, you see this towering wreck just rises from the scorched hellscape, bordering on one portion of the river Styx, where you hear the pervasive and permanent moans of thousands of souls quietly weeping into this eternal twilight. And it's like these fortresses ships are like large, they basically look like Borg ships, very large cubes with wires and shit all around them. and it's tilted on one of its corners so that everything inside of it is at this kind of 20 degree tilt. And you see that one portion of this cube has just been ripped and torn asunder, exposing the sort of innards of the ship. And 80 feet up at the top, you see sort of like the central command center, where you see this Aranese, this very kind of hauntingly beautiful feminine form with these black feathery wings and large horns that reach up into the sky. And you see that strapped you just barely catch the glint of strapped to her side is this kind of blue glowing rope, and she bears this just very devilish glaive. And inside you can hear just kind of these screams erupting. So, friends, as you all kind of weed your way in through the lower decks, you see everything is almost in complete darkness, and barely lighting the way are the sparks of occasional fire from conduits, from electricity just shooting out over you. And you hear this kind of slow squelching noise coming as maybe one thing with many limbs or a variety of things you hear just on the other side of a jammed closed door. You hear the kind of this kind of squelching noise.
Is that where she is? Is that the only option?
It seems to be the main passage that leads from the lower decks to the upper decks. And there's like, one of those like doors that slides open, but it's like jammed just like with a few inches, and you would have to probably forcibly open it.
So can we do a peek to see what the squish is? And by me, I mean someone else.
Yeah, Roland like puts his fingers in the crack of the door to wrench it open, and then Malady gives the look like, we need to look. So he stops and just keeps his hands there for someone to peek inside.
I'll do a peep.
So Kaylee, you do a peek as you're kind of underneath Roland's hands, kind of starting to pry this door open. And as a flare of light sprays across this large kind of central chamber, you see that there are about 10 of these slug-like creatures, and on the backs of them, instead of are the rib cages and collections of bones of creatures to make a shell on top of this.
Did you put hell slugs in here, Sage, just for me, or is this just what, like this? Oh God,
they're in the book, I swear.
Oh God.
So how big are these things again?
They are large, so they're like the size of a horse.
Oh fuck! And there's like 10 of them. Oh shit! It's a herd of hell slugs. Good God!
Kaylee turns back with her like bottom lip bit, and she's like, so 10 slugs, size of horses, and like, like bone shells. So
Anybody got any salt on them?
Sounds like a good fight.
Could I attempt an Arcana check to see if I want to know if a fireball shot into this room would do anything.
I was gonna ask that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I'm trying to, because we're past this. Okay, I've got 19 on the die, so plus 8, 27.
Yeah, these are called bone whelks. You know that they don't have any resistances or immunities or anything.
Okay, and then I think without another word, Malady goes and looks around and takes out the shield, and sends a giant fireball into the room.
I'll like creak the door open just enough that you can shoot the fireball through the crack.
Yeah. So we can, hide behind the door, just fucking blow up this situation.
Beautiful. Yeah, not being very dexterous creatures, they all become immediately incinerated.
And Malady looks around and's like, okay, let's go.
All right,
I-
done.
I lift my foot up and put my booted and mailed foot on the door frame and pry this fucking door open.
And as you wrench it open, you see that inside, in the center of this room, after all the kind of the smoldering flames kind of sizzle out,
Yeah.
there is a 5-foot diameter cylindrical pipe that runs the full height of this fortress. And it actually, you can see as it reaches down and you can kind of follow it, and you see that this pipe leads into the river Styx.
Hmm.
Okay. Weird. But let's keep going. Pretty
Yeah,
determined.
yeah,
Or can Calvin make an investigation check on this pipe? Like, is it feeding? Does it like break off into smaller sections? Is it like cooling something? What's its function within the greater thing?
Totally.
11. I rolled a 4.
That's fine. You see that this pipe leads to a very large cistern at the base of the command deck, which you could like just barely see. So looking at it, this appears to be some kind of fuel. Apparently they're using the souls from the river Styx as some kind of fuel, it appears. And this pipe it's clear. It's like the actual kind of material that on the inside of it you can see this just dark necrotic sludge that has been caked on the inside.
Okay. I was gonna ask M what this could be fuel for.
I am
But-
adept in
yeah.
religion, if that helps.
Yes, Lord Roland. What do you? I mean, they're using it for fuel. Like they're pumping it up there. What could they want with it?
Do I have any inclination, dear sage?
Yeah, make it a religion check.
Okay. As best as I can roll, a 24.
Very nice. And so looking at this, you know that within the 9 hells, souls being the economy of the hells, whether it's through soul coins, they are something that is bartered and traded and harbored
This is
and
like a
lusted after.
reverse Brita pitcher to get souls out of the river Styx.
Yeah, exactly. And so it definitely does make sense that they would use souls. I mean, having war machines being powered by souls, this definitely it seems much more efficient to just siphon them off from the river proper than using individual coins being such a huge fortress.
So I basically run that down for Calvin.
They pull souls from the river Styx to power this fortress, I would imagine.
It's like the worst water wheel ever.
Hundreds of souls, probably an hour, could be siphoned.
Ah. Okay, so we're gonna kill this demon and we're gonna save M's
Devil.
soul, but we're gonna smash this thing and we're gonna save all these souls too.
I would like
Is everybody cool with that?
Yeah.
While we're here?
that.
Sure.
We can't smash it now while it's like right there.
If only I had a titanic sword that I could use.
He looks longingly off into the middle distance.
I mean, we could break it down here, but
I mean,
Let's wait until we break
Let's
it up
do
there.
one
Or we
problem
can
at
smash
a
it on the way
time.
out.
All right.
We
Then
don't
let's
know how long
press
this devil will
on.
be here.
Let's run! Up the stairs! Let's run! Let's get my soul back.
Oh boy.
Been
And
waiting
so as you-
18 years for this.
Precisely. Question: did we leave Lulu with the horrible Death Knight?
You were flopping her ears. Did you leave her there?
I'm asking as JB.
Otherwise, that would have sounded like this.
Mm.
I don't care. She was apparently a battle mammoth in another life, so fuck it. Let her come.
I assume she's with us.
Sure.
Our weird little
I'm here
shadow.
too.
I've
when
been
you
here
do
the
it
whole time.
when you do it too sharply, Sage, your
Mic
whatever the
cuts-
RTX thing is cuts it out. So you gotta
Sounds like
lead into it.
Sounds like an
Oh,
adorable
we-
hiccup.
Noted. Yeah. I was worried about that last time when I was doing the voice of Kostichi. I was like, what if they just don't hear anything?
And we are saved.
Yes, and so since everything in this place is at like this 20-degree slant, it's rather arduous actually having to climb and pick over debris, and so definitely without the use of like any climbers kits or anything, this is definitely difficult terrain as you have to climb and climb. But finally you manage to make it up the 80 feet up and pull yourself over to this ledge where you see these sparks ring down from gashes in the ceiling, and now you can see the bridge of the ship is open and exposed to the sky. And kind of picking around the remnants of stripped down consoles and a few dangling chains, you see this Aranese, this black feathered winged being. And as she hears you all picking over the crumbled fortress, she turns to look at you all with sort of a bemused curiosity.
Hey, lady, you've got something I want, and I intend to take it back from you.
Tell me, what is your name? What have I taken from you? You don't ring any bells.
Well, I think it was probably about 18 years ago you accepted my soul and a contract, and I'm here to get it back. So we can do this the easy way, or we can do this the hard way. I've been training my whole life to do this the hard way, but I figured I might as well give you an option.
She kind of smiles in this sort of fake, polite manner. She goes, and what, pray tell, do you think is worth your soul?
Well, it's worth quite a lot to me. So the fact that I've come here, I've crawled through hell, I've found you, I'm facing you down, and I'm going to kill you in your home plane if you don't give me back my soul. I think it might be worth quite a bit to you to return it to me.
And she looks at the helm that you're wearing. She goes, I think I'd rather like that. But I think I would rather like the aid of Gargoth. And suddenly, from M's back, you hear, oh, thank God! Someone who can get me out of this godforsaken prison. I bid you help me escape from this torment.
Shut up! I'm gonna smack this shield. This shield is mine, and you cannot have it.
Well, I would like the shield and the helm, or no deal.
Oh, boy.
And she snaps her fingers, and suddenly you see this parchment appear with a quill that has been dipped in blood.
This is hard. Ooh. Oh my god.
Roland's literally got his hands pressed together and holding them like in front of his face, wondering what M's about to do.
Yeah, Calvin and Appa's heads are synchronized, going, huh, 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 huh.
I can't give you the shield. I know what you would do with it, and none of us would make it out of here. So, I'll give you the helmet, and we'll let you live, and we'll part ways. That's the best I've got.
Oh, Gargoth, you've got yourself a new little pet. How darling. Oh, well, I shall claim all of your souls after this, one way or another. Let's roll some initiative.
Neat! What a bitch. She wasn't gonna
sounds
do it.
sounds like we can't let her live.
You really don't want to let her live, and she'd murder us with her shield so hard. So hard, friends.
Lord Roland, you must be so on brand.
I nearly
saw that
fucking
reaction.
blacked out just then. I rolled a natural 20 on initiative.
Whoa!
I never roll high on
Yeah.
initiative.
That's awesome.
Oh, I saw stars for a second. Jesus Christ.
I rolled very low, so here we go.
Same. I got a 4.
I got a 5.
I got a dirty 20.
Calvin got a 14.
All right, friends. It's been nice knowing you. Thanks for helping.
We can do it. Go team.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we still got this.
All right. So, Roland, you are first to act.
I don't want to be first to act. Fine. Roland is... Oh, shit, there's so many spells. I know what Roland's going to do. So Roland sees this all transpiring in front of him. He's known M for a good little bit of time now, and this constant weight on her shoulders. He's imagining a worst case scenario, and he pulls off this wrap he has on his helmet, this sun-shaped helm that he's been wearing, and this brilliance shines out. And he whispers a quick prayer to Kelemvor, to Cord, to whoever will listen, any deity that there is. And finally, when he says the prayer to Lathander, this spectral guardian, a guardian of faith cast from the helm, appears next to or in front of M. And it looks like this 4-winged angel standing there with a brilliant blade of pure sunlight, with a blindfold wrapped around her face. The spectral figure kind of floats there. And he nods at it, and it seems to loom over M. And then he will, pulling the great sword off of his back, run toward this Aaron Yees through the slanted 20-degree tilt of everything. And just,
You can try it, fucker!
as he runs forward,
Stand there!
he'll cry back. And that's it for his turn. He moves his full 30 feet toward the Aaron Yees. This thing appears, protecting him, and that's it for his turn.
Roll bless. Oh, take a point of inspiration, Roland.
I already have one!
Damn it!
Stop being so inspirational.
Kaylee, it's your turn.
All right. Kaylee, as soon as Roland dashes forward, she goes ahead and like closes her eyes, and once again, springing forth from her face and her back, there's these very avian wispy hands and mask, and she dashes forward, and she's gonna try to jump on the back of this lady, seeing her wings, does not want this lady to get out of her grasp, and kind of like go piggyback without consent and then try to start punching at her head.
All right. Very cool.
Okay, that is 10. So that's going to be 16 for the first hit.
That does not hit. It bounces off her plate.
All right, I'm going to punch again.
Did you use your bless?
I did.
Okay.
That was the +4. All right, that one I hope will hit. That's going to be a 24.
That one does.
Nice. All right. That is going to be 10 points of magical bludgeoning damage. And then her arms are just going to wrap around and just try to like strangle this lady. And bless, that's going to be 21.
Mm-hmm.
And that'll be 7 points of radiant damage.
Sweet. All right. Yeah. As you leapt on top of her. She is immediately going to take the rope that is latched onto her side, and you see she whispers this infernal command to it, and Kaylee, it immediately starts to wrap itself around you, and I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
I'm good at those. Okay, that is 12 plus 3 is 15 plus 8, 23.
And you manage to bat it off as it attempts to restrain you within its grasp. Did you see? And she is actually going to run and sort of somersault forward to try and get you off. So we're gonna make like an opposed grapple check to see if she can try lodge you off.
Okay. Do I get my bless on that?
No, it's an ability check.
Okay. Okay, that's 15, and then just regular plus dex.
Escape.
It's acrobatics.
Oh, acrobatics. Oh,
If you want to hang on, it'll be a strength athletics. If you want to just kind of like get out of the way out of her tumbling, it'll be an acrobatics.
okay. Then I'll do acrobatics. That'll be 23.
All right, and so she does a somersault forward, and she takes your legs, and she throws you and slams you down to the ground, and she immediately reaches for her glaive and begins to slash at you. Does a 20? I imagine a 24 hits.
Yes, absolutely. If not, I'd be like, bitch, run.
Bye.
And that'll be 23 damage.
Oh, ew.
And I'll need you to make a con saving throw.
Oh, I'm not as good at those. Oh, I got my D4. 13 plus 4, 17 plus 2, 19.
As she slams you down, she slashes you with her weapon, and maybe it was the impact of being slammed onto the ground, maybe it was the weapon, but it's like kind of stars fade over from your vision after you just felt woozy for a second, but you managed to shake it off.
How far away is this Aranese from Malady at this point?
Probably like 30 feet away.
Okay.
And then you see Lulu. She unleashes this trumpet blast of bright, radiant light that begins to surround this Aranese as she casts fairy fire with her little trumpet. So you all have advantage on your attacks against her. She's like, "Gonna get her! Don't worry, Em!"
Oh my god. Emma's crying only a little bit, but nobody can see it.
And Calvin, it's your turn.
Oh, muted.
Appa, get up there. And Appa will spring forward into the usual formation, getting up into the mix with Roland and Kaylee. Calvin will, dodge off to the side, close to where M is, but a bit ahead, and try and take some shots with the crossbow at this Aranese. 324. Does that hit?
Yeah, it sure does. 18 is your number.
Sweet. So 7 magical piercing damage. And then second attack. That is not a natural 20. But 6 magical piercing damage. Thump, thump.
Oh, very nice. And then M. You're being shielded by this 4-winged celestial being.
Yeah. So I think M is going to. She has her book. She takes it out. Flips it open. Kind of gives it a moment's thought, and then she directs her eyeless iron gaze towards this creature, and points sort of like a hand that looks a lot more clawed than it did when Malady first got into hell. And she's going to try and use the helm to dominate this creature. Yeah. And she's like, for so long I have lived in your shadow, and it's time for you to feel a smidge of my regret. So that's going to be a 21 she has to make. Wisdom saving throw.
And so as you reach out with this clawed hand, and she laughs and tosses her hair. I guess you'll have to wait longer.
And I think I start sort of foaming because this helmet is made for pit fiends to dominate things. So I think I'm foaming at the mouth and my teeth are getting sharper and my clawed hands are don't worry, I got more charges. We know what I'm doing next round. And I think that I'm pretty focused on that. I'll stay behind the glowy dude. Yeah. That's my turn.
And Hero.
Okay. Just to make sure, I want to cast Booming Blade and attack her, but that's not going to shock Kaylee, right?
No, you can angle it so it'll be out of the way, I would say.
Yeah. I'm aiming for her fucking wings. I want to break one of her goddamn wings off. So let's cast it and attack. Ooh, 22 to hit.
She will, you see as you go and you reach out with your sword, you see that she definitely parries your blow and steps out of the way.
What? Son of a bitch.
Yes.
I thought her number was an 18.
Battle master.
Well, that's it then.
Don't feel good, don't.
You say me? What?
Yes.
Okay. So she tumbles and flicks Kaylee off of her back and shrugs off these attacks kind of left and right. Roland will, as a bonus action, snatch his holy symbol up, hold the greatsword kind of to his side, and mumble another prayer. And appearing slightly above this Aranese is a spectral warhammer as he casts spiritual weapon. And it swings down at her as part of this bonus action.
Mm-hmm.
And it does roll a 19, but I don't know if the parry does anything.
Parry's just
no.
Yeah, one attack.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, it's already as her
Sweet.
reaction.
Good. for 8 points of radiant damage. And then as his action, he finishes moving up to her and makes his attack with the greatsword. I'm going to burn my inspiration to roll with advantage. I need either a 19 or a 20 to crit with this greatsword. I did not roll either a 19 or a 20, but I did roll a 21 on the attack roll.
Mm-hmm.
Let's kill her. Except we can't kill her.
10 points of slashing damage. Roland will then... I'm sorry, were you saying something?
Nope.
He will then use his War Priest and attack again. A dare. He rolls the exact same attack. And he rolls the exact same... No, he didn't. 4, 5, 6, 7 points of slashing damage this time. And as always, he rotates around to be between this creature and Malady.
He says, you should have taken the fucking deal.
He kind of spits at her.
Yeah.
You tell him, really. Kaylee.
All right. I'm gonna get back up and I'm gonna run back at her, just like howling like a little wild animal, curls flowing everywhere. The first one is gonna be a 21 to hit.
Oh, yes.
And that's gonna be with my dagger, 12 points of magical piercing and 5 points of fire. I don't think that does much for me, but it's there. Next attack, not great. Oh,
yes, and you all have advantage because of Lulu's fairy fire.
Ooh, good.
And
much better. So that's gonna be 22.
Oh, yeah.
And that's gonna be 7 points of magical bludgeoning as she just like goes and just like roundhouse kicks her right in the butt. And then she's gonna kind of just like slip to the side and give her one last clock. Jump in to get her jaw. That's natural 20.
Woo! Hell yeah.
And that is 5 plus 3 is 8 plus 5 is 13 points of magical bludgeoning. Radiant, actually. Sorry.
Very good. All right. Ooh, she has taken some hits.
Good.
And then I'm going to run behind Roland.
With my burly protectors.
It was bad last time she hit me, so.
And Roland now blocking between M and between Kaylee and between the rest of you all.
Just like a conga line straight behind Roland.
Hope she
Kill.
doesn't have a breath weapon. Damn.
Yeah, you see that she immediately focuses her ire on you, Roland, and begins wielding with her glaive at you. And I assume a 23 hits you.
Bork, she's got disadvantage from Appa.
Haha, Bork.
Bork.
Finally, a Bork.
With disadvantage, that's a 29.
Ah, crap.
That is a 19.
19 hits.
All right.
I am not currently using my shield.
Oh, yeah.
And so that is 19 damage as she continues slashing at you. And then she is going to try and lasso you, so I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Do I need to have made a constitution save?
Oh yes, to concentrate on your
16.
spirit.
No, I thought for like poison on her weapon or something.
Oh yes.
Okay, 16.
Save, yes. You succeed.
And I rolled a 19 on the die for concentration on spiritual weapon.
Nice, very cool. All right, yeah, and she's going to try and lasso you with her rope of entanglement.
She's like, bitch, Wonder Woman.
It's true.
What do you need from me?
A strength or dex saving throw.
See, strength saving throw is an 18.
Nice. So you managed
15
to
plus
duck
3.
managed to duck out of the way. And now you see Lulu's tiny body runs forth and with her like little tusks charges at this woman. She's like, you hurt my foot.
Oh my god, she's gonna die. Oh, Lulu. Who is supposed to be watching her?
You should have left her in the carriage. And you see, and Lulu runs in and she manages to get a little gore in with her tusk and she like runs into the calves of this woman.
Oh my god.
And then Calvin.
I want to do my bonus action first because Appa is gonna, get in on that attack action right after Lulu. Let's go, little buddy. That's gonna be a extras. There we are. 18.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. And then 4 force damage.
Every bit counts.
Mm-hmm. Get those shins, Appa. You're doing it. And then let's see, with my action, as Appa chomps down on the devil's shin, the little compartment opens up in the back, and Roby boom, out, and we'll fly over to Kaylee. You took a giant pile of damage earlier, so have some heals.
Yay! Give me
Cure
that
wounds. Oh, but of course I rolled garbage. But get 9 points back. Yay!
I will fucking take it. 9 points will save a life.
Yeah. And then that is it for Calvin.
And then M.
Okay. M, foaming, angry, so angry. Gargoth told me her name, right?
No.
He didn't. Okay.
You know that devils fiercely guard their names.
Yeah, okay. I think I tried, and he was just like, I'm a cagey motherfucker. Awesome. Okay.
If you let me out, I'll tell you.
Yeah, I remember that now. Okay, so I'm gonna throw a hand forward and like flip open my book, and again, tell me your name. And I need her to make a wisdom saving throw. DC 16.
Oh man. I almost said you could call me daddy. But
you know
I
what?
don't
I would have
I'm
deserved
sad you
that.
did.
Celeste would have deserved that.
let's go with that.
Her true name is Daddy. That it all makes sense. Oh, all the pieces fit together.
You know that she succeeded on her save.
Okay. That's fine, because that was my bonus action. So I'm gonna try again. I'm gonna, close snap the book shut furiously and put a hand to the helmet and just will with all my goddamn might that the powers of hell will ensnare this woman. Wisdom saving throw, DC 21.
Foolish child.
Oh, you're such a bitch. Okay. And Melody growls, lets out a feral growl, and says, don't let her die all the way to everyone. And then that's it.
Hero.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, oops, wrong thing. There we go. Okay. I'm just gonna try Booming Blade again. I mean, none of my other spells will do anything against her. So yeah. Plus 6, 19 to hit.
That hits.
Well, thank Satan. Okay.
No, not
Praise
here.
Satan.
It gives him power.
That's 6 thunder damage with 8 more I guess piercing from or bludgeoning from my mace.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I don't get an extra attack because it's a spell, so I guess but I can do my action surge. Oh no, I used that last time and we haven't rested. Never mind.
Yeah. And so as we go back up to the
Oh wait, no, excuse me. I do have hold on. I have war magic, so when I use my action to cast a cantrip, I can make another weapon attack as a bonus action.
Yay!
There we go. Let's do that. Ooh, but that's oh wait, no, plus my bless.
Are you rolling with advantage too?
No.
So it's a
So many things.
Oh well, that was a natural 20 on my advantage.
Pew, 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 pew.
Hell yeah.
Oh wait, and now go back to my weapon. Okay. Doesn't that mean you roll when you crit? Tell me again what I'm doing.
2 damage
You roll
dice
all of
plus your strength.
or yeah.
Wait, so you talked over each other.
Just double damage dice and then you add your modifiers to it.
Thank you. 8 plus 5.
13. Sweet.
There we go.
Beautiful. And as we go back up to the top, Roland, you're facing off this woman. Em is very pissed off, being shielded by this celestial creature. Kaylee is hiding behind Roland, and Appa and Lulu are running on this thing, and Hero is managing to get in some hits as well. It is your turn, Roland.
Why? It's always my turn. I hate it. So bonus action, the Warhammer will float over to an opposite side and whoof, swip back around and try to hit this Erinese. 22. Okay.
Yep.
8 points of radiant damage for that. And then Roland will make his attack with his greatsword. And he does so. He wants to feign like he's severely injured, even though he's really not. So it's like, oh, no, my wounds, or whatever.
My
He's not a
wounds.
great actor. That's a 20, flat 20.
She will parry this blow.
I will use War God's Blessing to add plus 10 to make it a 30.
Yeah, parry that.
Damn.
Parry that,
Get
daddy.
him off!
Like as she goes to parry it, I just break through and hit her anyway. Yay!
Hell
I got
yeah.
to use it. It's been since the beginning of the campaign.
Yay!
So few attack rolls. 13 points of slashing damage. Yeah. And
Fair.
is Kaylee standing directly like at my feet behind me?
Yeah, I'm always right behind one of your legs,
Shit.
peeking.
Okay. So he doesn't move. And that's going to be it for his turn.
Kaylee!
It's me. No, I'm not behind your legs because I'm going to run up and I'm going to jump and try to reach her again, trying to punch her in the gut. First roll, that's 16 plus 3 is 19 plus 9. Yes. going to be 11 points piercing damage and 1 point fire. Next attack. 13 plus 3 is 16 plus 8 is 24.
Oh yeah.
That's going to be 11 points magical bludgeoning, and her astral arms are going to reach out and start trying to like pull and rip at her wings.
Oh God.
It's another 13 plus 3 is 16 plus 5. Wait, 16, 21.
Yeah.
That's going to be 8 points of radiant damage.
We're eventually going to have so many additions and dice added on to every attack roll.
I know. Never before has
man,
it been
it's
harder to
real.
roll my attack than
Yeah.
do my damage.
Yep, monks. Monk life.
So many attacks, so many modifiers all the time. And as your astral arms are beginning to try and rip and pull at her wings, and she's being harried by all of you all surrounding her with these creatures, you see that she kind of folds her wings around herself, and suddenly this massive wave of heat begins to
Counterspell,
rise
counterspell,
off.
counterspell.
Counterspell.
Counterspell. If I can, is this a spell?
It is a spell.
Fuck you! Counterspell.
I am also
Damn.
here.
No! Melody screams.
So what level do you cast it at?
Well, so I have to roll if it's over 3rd level. So,
It is not.
Okay. Then it automatically, I win. I win and I'm like, gotcha! And I like eat the magic, I think, and I like pull it into my hand and close it and snuff it out.
I wish you people at home could have seen the hand gesture. It was so good.
And then so after you you reach out with your hand and you pull the heat from her very body and you bring it to yourself, and you see M's form begin to glow
Yeah.
just even brighter as she becomes infused with this just infernal heat, as it also kind of sizzles off of her, and she opens her wings again, and you see she takes them and she and whips them out. And I need all of you that are immediately next to her to make a dexterity saving throw.
I'm so good at those, man. It's my jam. That's 12 plus 4, 16 plus 8. So 24.
I am not dexterous. 7.
We don't get advantage on this, right?
Correct. But you
Get
do
to add your D4.
you
though.
do yeah, you are blessed, so you do get to add that.
16.
So for all of you that got below a 20, you feel this force of wind shove and push you all back away from her 10 feet, and you are knocked prone additionally.
Rude.
So that would drop me right in front of the form I created in front of Malady.
Yeah, pretty much. But Callie, Kaylee, you still stay standing.
Mhm.
And then for Appa, he'll have to make one.
Yeah, Appa failed. So Appa, yeah, and like does a like backflip off of the ground and gets blown back and falls and is pawing with his little stumpy robot legs to try and flip back over.
And Roland, Lulu falls right on top of you. She's like plumps onto your chest, and it's like, oh. And then she reaches onto you, Roland, with her trunk, and she's like, "You're gonna do great," as she casts protection from evil and good on you.
Oh, fuck. I had that this whole time from the helm and I forgot. So it would be wasted if she cast it on me, but I would gladly accept it anyway and say,
You're a good Holophant.
pat, pat, pat. her huge ear.
And then Calvin.
Okay.
Muted. Oh, muted in
Okay.
Zoom. There we go. Yeah.
Yeah, too many mutes. All right. So let's see. Appa, get back up. You can do it. And Appa will hop up and eventually roll back over and charge on his mighty stumps.
Mighty
And-
stumps.
Gonna do another bite. Force empowered rend, because that sounds fancy. Come on, make the roll. There it goes. Oh, it's the best bite. Natural 20.
Ah! Eat him! Eat him, Appa!
Yarr. So that will be it's 15 force damage.
Respectable.
Hell yeah, Appa's respectable. And then okay, everybody else is flipped prone, but everybody else, oh, you took a pile of damage, right, Roland? JB? No, not really. Okay.
Compared to Kaylee, still no.
Yeah. All right. Kaylee, are you that 9 points, you took like 2 or 3 times that.
4 or something like that. And I didn't have
Okay.
max before.
Everybody's
either.
at full, and Kaylee's at 46 out of 80.
I'm at 55.
Oh, okay. The D&D
Oh,
Beyond
that's
hasn't updated yet.
On a
Really?
scale of
If
1
people-
to 80.
If people at home are paying close attention to Beyond, I've been fucking it up nonstop. I am so not used to keeping track of it digitally. So it would have looked like I gave myself 10 hit points. I would have been moving stuff around. I was like, I forgot aid. Oh, wait, I took damage. Oh, wait, no, it was 14, not 13. So sorry.
People can see this, guy. Get our shit together.
This is
Oh
the
my
professional
God.
scream.
We're
Get good.
professional.
Edge. Yeah. All right. So then Calvin will take a couple shots with the crossbow. So we'll just do that. Boom. Boom. Plus the bless. And advantage. Yeah, that's a bunch. That's like 27. And that will be 8 magical piercing damage for the first attack. Second attack. Advantage plus bless. Oh, 17. Bummer. All right. That's it for Calvin. He's still
And-
posted back up. Can he use his movement to help Roland up? Or is that an action? Because Calvin was standing like in front of M a little bit and off to the side. And
I
Roland
would
got like
say
kicked
no.
back.
I would say
Yeah, no,
Roland's
totally fine.
definitely an action to
You
help.
do.
Yeah.
That
Good
dude
point.
needs
Good
an
point.
action.
440
Yeah.
pounds without the armor, 6'7", 5
Yeah,
Full
yeah.
action.
So-
Baby.
Yeah, Calvin puts a couple shots into the Aranese and kind of looks down at Roland and is like, you're good, right? Kind of nudges you.
I'll say that bitch, mirroring Malady moments before.
All right, yeah, you're good. Cool.
And M.
Okay, here's what we're gonna do. So M goes to the wizard place, the wizard mind palace place. And I think the big thing is she goes back and she's remembering what it was like to be under those floorboards of that house, like crammed in there with all of those kids and listening to these people above chanting a name for this ritual of this being, this thing that owned her, that owned all of these children, that destroyed her life. And I think she's blocked out this name for so long because it was so painful and so weird. And now she is just desperately trying to remember what that name was. She's trying with her whole fucking being to like know this name and to unblock the damage and everything, because if she has the name, she has a chance. Can I make some kind of check to try and remember this name?
Yeah, I like it. It's going to be a very high DC,
Okay.
but go ahead and make a history check.
Okay.
See if you can recall.
Okay.
Inspiration.
Don't you also have your inspiration? Yeah, I was gonna say.
Inspiration.
Okay. I don't want to roll. I'm scared. Okay. No, this is fine. I can roll. Holy shit. It's a 19 on the die. So that is going to be...
Sorry, is this an ability check?
What'd you say, Paul?
Is this an ability check?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so 19, but my history is a +8, so 27.
Oh, never mind. You don't need +4. Actually, no. Take
Maybe,
+4
yeah,
also.
just, I mean,
yeah,
Sage
just
said
in
it was
case.
a hard check.
Yeah. Roby like wheels back around.
The buzzing is calming
and
to my brain as I remember. As I
And
travel
there's
back in
it's
time
it's
and
like
remember.
cat purring where it like stimulates like your brain waves or some pseudo magic science bullshit like that. Yay, artificer!
And so as you're reaching into the recesses of your mind and you find that rhythmic chant, you hear like the stomping of feet on ground, you hear the clanging of bells and the booming of drums, and you hear and as the syllables of the words become clearer and you focus, and almost like the perfect ring of a clear bell, the name Ranarith whispers into your mind.
I think as Melody remembers, this has all been very quiet in her head, but I think as she remembers it, you know, she gets this like horrible, devilish smile on her face, and she whips out the book and she calls out, "Ranarith, submit!" And she's going to go ahead and use the helm one more time, the last charge here, but because she's using the name, this creature is going to have disadvantage on the save to be dominated.
So that will cancel out her advantage.
Yes!
Disadvantage 39.
It's a 21. It's a 21, gang.
I'm so nervous.
It's a 21. Just 14 or lower. 14. I don't want to look at Sage. I don't want to look at anything.
And as you call out, "Submit," you see her wings begin to crumple into herself, and she falls to her knees. And that's where we're gonna end this episode.
Oh,
Hell yeah.
I wish it ended in M.
Wow.
Now you call me daddy.
Retroactively, let's
Daddy.
add that on. Oh my god.
Fix that in post.
I have to puke now. Oh god.
Oh, what a whirlwind. This was amazing. Oh my god. I am so happy, and I'm so glad we finally got to have this moment in game. Thank you all for joining. I have been your storyteller, Sage.
Hey, everybody. My name is Celeste. I'm your tiefling wizard, your newly badass wizard, Malady, who might have a soul again. Oh, shit!
I am your immovable lump, Roland Belrandan Catrill, played by JV.
I am Kaylee Bramble Barrel, played by Katie.
I'm Naseem. I played your dwarven fighter, Hieronius Dohard.
I'm Paul, and I was playing your ever helpful Genasi artificer, Calvin Coleridge.
Yay! And to celebrate, you all get to gain a level.
That feels right.
Very nice.
Undeserved. I want a level taken away.
You're all level 2 again.
I understand Melody or M so much better now. She didn't have a soul. That makes
Now-
sense.
It's a bit of a worry, not kissing
Oh.
boys or making it to the party, but not having an everlasting soul and being bound
It
to
kind of
hell
takes over your
fraternity.
life.
Fucks with you a little bit.
Oh,
Yeah, no, we
man.
all got our baggage. Oh, this has been so fantastic. I love gaming with you all, and we will be back in 2 weeks on the 3rd. And until next time,
Venture to hell.
Yeah, that was
Venture
garbage.
to hell.
Venture to hell. Shit. All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Damn.